All right, Birds fans, we are going to have a little fun with that trash organization known as ESPN. Oh, how far it has fallen from the good times. Anyway, we have, and by the way, I got to shout out Roll Philly Dogs with a Z on the end, not S, over on X for finding the second clip. So I didn't have to go searching for this because it's something I thought, oh, okay, that kind of exists. But we got them side by side here. What do we have? What are we talking about? By the way, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate all the support. I think I hit 840 the other day, so we're closing in on that magic 1,000 that I keep talking about. I know you're probably sick of it, but if you're enjoying the content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. So we have Get Up on ESPN. This is how we know. Just another example of how much they hate Philly. They hate the Philly fans. And of course, so they take it out on the teams. We've got them talking about two short clips here. First one, they're talking about the Cowboys beating the Raiders 33-16. Then they're going to talk about the Eagles dominating and destroying the Raiders 31 to nothing. And then something else I want to bring up that no one is talking about that I think is important for context as well. So let's get to it.
No, that's not a
Can you?
record.
What?
But
This is
but
going to
they
be.
did play the fastest NFL game in history.
Yeah, seriously, it was like 1943. Here's the question that I have.
Holy
Can you
smokes.
take anything away from this? I mean, the Eagles, it was the ultimate get-right game.
Yeah.
They did all the things you were asking them to do.
Right.
They went under center. They ran the ball. They did all that stuff. But it almost felt watching it, I hate saying it this way, like they weren't even playing an NFL team. So it's very hard for me to decide how much we should take from that game. How much do you take?
Well,
Oh, Mike Greenberg, the absolute tool, the anchor on the Mike and Mike show from back in the day. Obviously, Golick was the one that was carrying that show because Greenberg, and always does a thing when he talks, right? He doesn't just talk with his hands. I have no problem with that. I talk with my hands a lot, but it's so bizarre. So obviously, I flipped it. My mistake. Talked about the Eagles Raiders first, and here's one thing I want to say that before I play you the clip, talking about the Raiders and the Cowboys is you can only play who's in front of you. You can only play who's on the schedule. The Eagles had the Raiders. And the thing is, you have to do what you need to do to beat that team. If you don't show up, you're going to find yourself in trouble. The Eagles could only play the Raiders, and they did it in dominating fashion. What else were they going to do? Are you going to say, well, that win means that they're ready to win a Super Bowl? No, but you can't say the flip side either, that it doesn't mean anything. Because yes, Mike, it actually is a professional sports team. Now, 31 nothing, right? And we dialed it back. Tanner McKee played what? I forget how much, a lot of the fourth quarter, though. And now we're going to talk about the Cowboys when the Cowboys beat the Raiders 33-16.
Front, that D line.
Sorry about that. That's a little louder than the other clip.
Impressive performance, albeit against a bad opponent. But Dominic, you were making the point, it's not just that the defense was better, but what was it?
They were overwhelming. They were dominant. It was very uncharacteristic of this Cowboys defense all year long. If this was the first time you watched the Cowboys, you would have thought this is a Super Bowl contender because they beat down this team. And of course, the Raiders are not a good team, but they're an NFL team. And when you do that to any NFL team, especially up front, that D line.
Impressive performance.
So when the Cowboys win 33-16, it is a dominant defensive performance. It is a team that looks like they are a Super Bowl contender. And even though the Raiders are bad, it is still an NFL team. Whereas when the Eagles, shut the Raiders out, they did what they're supposed to do. And, are the Raiders even really an NFL team? Well, there you go. Night and day talking about the Eagles in a better performance against the Raiders and the Cowboys with their performance against the Raiders. And here I want to leave you with one other thing that no one is talking about. Just a few scores for you to put this all in context. Eagles 31, Raiders 0. Broncos, remember the Broncos are sitting atop the AFC West, probably the number 1 seed. Broncos 24, Raiders 17. Oh, well, they played them again. Broncos 10, Raiders 7. Jaguars pretty damn good this year, right? They could do some damage in the playoffs. They're riding a what, 5, 6 game winning streak, something like that. Jaguars 30, Raiders 29. And then, of course, the Bears. And yeah, I know they ran through us. They beat the Raiders 25-24. And they're sitting in that number 2 seed right now, just ahead of our Philadelphia Eagles. And then finally, how about the Patriots? Kept hearing all season long how Drake May, despite the Patriots' very, very weak schedule, is the MVP, MVP, MVP. Yeah, Raiders 20, Patriots 13. Broncos currently the number 1 seed, right? So we could run it through again. They beat the Raiders 24-17, beat them 10-7. The Jaguars, going to be another top seed, most likely. They beat the Raiders 30-29. The Bears, number 2 seed in the NFC, 25-24 over the Raiders. And the Raiders beat the Patriots 20-13. Yet somehow, the Cowboys 33-16 victory, they look like a Super Bowl team and their defense was dominant. But the Eagles 31-0, yes, shutout of the Las Vegas Raiders is, oh, they're not really, it's not really an NFL team. Yeah, sure, they did all the things that we wanted them to do and they excelled at it. But, it's the Raiders, so it doesn't mean anything at all. So we had the two things collide, right? The hatred of the Philly and their fans and the Eagles, and the absolute on the knees glazing of the Dallas Cowboys. Here it is. You saw it. I just played you back to back clips. They both played the same opponent. The Eagles were the more dominant team against that opponent. We talked about the other games that the Raiders have played, yet somehow when they play the Eagles and they get absolutely dismantled, they're not really an NFL team. Man, they must have hated that Super Bowl win last year so much. 40-6. We know that was the actual final. Do you know how much fun it would be to do that again? Not just because we're Philly fans, but knowing what it will do to the media. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. I will talk to you later.